Topic: Graphic communication. Introduction to graphical communication. A purpose of graphics: develop ideas and communicate. Ideas: conventions, outlines, construction lines, hidden detail. Scale, dimensioning. A sketch, freehand sketching. At the end of this lesson, there is a document with guidelines for setting the practical assessment task, PAT, for Term 1. Educators can introduce the task at the start of the term. They can start the task after the first week. Each week learners can complete a part of the PAT as the concepts or skills are covered in class. In this way, learners will have more time to complete the PAT. Graphic communication. Graphic communication is communicating through drawings, images, photographs, graphs, or maps. In this lesson, we will focus on drawings. The purpose of graphics. We use graphics to communicate the ideas we have instead of using words. This makes it useful to communicate across language barriers. In technology, we use graphics, drawings, to develop ideas, initial sketches, to communicate ideas and designs so that other people will understand it more clearly. Conventions. Just like you use language to communicate with others, we also use sketches and drawings to communicate. As there are rules in languages, there are also rules for drawings. These rules are known as drawing conventions. Conventions include the use of symbols and the way we draw certain lines. This is the generally accepted way of drawing and makes it easier for all involved in the design process to understand the drawings. Look at the following conventions. Example description use. Outlines thin. Dark lines are used to show the visible edges of objects on drawings. Construction lines thin. Faint lines used to create the framework in which the object is to be drawn. Hidden details thin. Dark dashed lines used to indicate edges that cannot be seen because they are hidden behind other parts. Dimension lines thin, medium dark. Lines with arrows at the end. Arrowheads are thin and sharp, are used to show the length, width, or height of a product. It indicates the size. Dimension lines indicates where the dimension starts and end. An example of cube dimensioning. Two lines are drawn to indicate where the dimension starts. See the image on the left. These lines do not touch the object. The line with arrows is drawn parallel to the outline of the object. The measurement, 10, is written in. We always indicate it in mm, but as you can see, we do not write in mm. Scale. Sometimes the actual size of an object might be too big to be drawn on a piece of paper. They will then have to be drawn smaller, but the parts must still be in proportion. By drawing an object to scale, we can draw it bigger or smaller but still have the length, width, and height in proportion to each other. Scale up. When a drawing is twice the size of the actual object, it is drawn to a scale of 2:1, 2:1. Examples. The drawing of small object like electrical components or jewelry are scaled up. Scale down. When an object is twice the size of the drawing on the paper, it is drawn to a scale of 1:2, 1:2. Examples. Large objects like houses, buildings, and cars. Activity 1. Look at the drawing of a bicycle pump below. This drawing is accurate, so we call it a scale drawing. It is 4 times smaller than a real pump. We say it is drawn to a scale of 1:4. That means that if you measure the length of the outer tube of this drawing, 320, it will be 4 times smaller than the outer tube of the real pump. Use your ruler and copy this drawing and answer the questions. Actual size of the object. Scale 2:1. Drawing on sheet of paper. Scale 1:2. Drawing on sheet of paper. Actual size of the object. Scale 1:4. Answer the questions below. 1. Why is the outer tube of this pump drawn with solid lines? 2. Why is part of the push rod drawn with dashed lines and other parts with solid lines? 3. What type of line shows how long the outer tube is? 4. Is the drawing scaled up or scaled down? 5. Name 3 different types of lines that you can see on the drawing. Freehand sketching. Designers use freehand sketching to quickly develop ideas on paper. Freehand sketching are rough drawings that are done without using a ruler or other drawing equipment. Pencils and paper are all that is used. The drawings are made up out of straight, curved, and natural lines. Hints for freehand drawings. Make sure your hands are clean. Use a sharp HB pencil. Hold the pencil comfortably 2 to 3 centimeters from the tip. Don't grip it tightly. Hold the pencil at an angle so that you can see the tip. Make sure there is nothing lying underneath the page. You may turn your page at an angle if you want. Do not rest your hand on the paper and only use your fingers to draw. Lightly slide the outside of your palm on the page when drawing. Move your whole arm and keep your wrist firm when drawing. Sketch lightly at first. When you are happy with the drawing, draw in the outlines. Do not use an eraser to erase the construction lines. Activity 2. Let's practice. Complete the exercise. I only use a pencil and paper. No rulers or erasers may be used. 1. Draw 10 lines of each type of straight line. The lines must be parallel to each other and close together. Use lines to draw the following shapes. Step 1. Using light construction lines. Sketch a square. The length of a line is determined where the lines intercept each other. If you are not happy with a line, simply redraw it until you are happy. Do not erase it. Step 2. Darken the outlines of shape. Do not erase the light lines. Use the rest of the page to draw different shapes. Draw big and small shapes. 3. Sketching circles. It's not always easy to draw circles. Use this method to draw circles more accurately. Step 1. Draw a square by sketching 4 lines. Step 2. Make marks on the square. Do not measure with a ruler. Estimate the middle. Step 3. Draw the circle touching the marks on the sides. Use the space below to practice drawing size circles using the method above. 4. Use the freehand skills you have learned to draw the robot.